The morning started with fanfare as The View promoted what was meant to be an empowering episode featuring two iconic women, Angelina Jolie and Meghan Markle. Promoted as a groundbreaking conversation on global women's leadership, the show quickly descended into a televised war zone, with viewers across the nation witnessing what many are now calling one of the most shocking live TV moments in recent memory. The stage was set with anticipation. Meghan Markle sat confidently in a tailored cream blazer, her signature soft waves neatly styled. She looked composed, prepared, and camera-ready. Beside her, Angelina Jolie exuded quiet authority, dressed in sleek black, her expression unreadable but intensely focused. Joy Behar, trying to strike a light-hearted tone, welcomed the guests and asked about their views on celebrity responsibility and activism. Meghan jumped in first. I believe visibility is a tool for impact. When women see someone like them leading conversations about equality, education, or human rights, it empowers them, she said with a polished smile. It's about accessibility and relatability. Real change starts with engagement. The audience clapped, but Angelina didn't join in. Instead, she tilted her head slightly and responded, visibility helps, but commitment behind closed doors matters more. Sometimes the most impactful work is done far away from the spotlight. Meghan gave a tight smile. Of course, but in today's world, platforms matter. Social media has the power to mobilize millions. Silence doesn't always mean integrity, it can also mean missed opportunity. Angelina didn't flinch, and constant noise doesn't equal progress. You could hear a pin drop. Whoopi Goldberg interjected with a nervous chuckle, trying to ease the rising tension. Okay, ladies, both of you have done incredible work globally, let's talk about the challenges you've faced in making that impact. But Meghan wasn't letting go. I just think that for too long, humanitarian work was gate-kept by people who didn't evolve with the times. We need to be more inclusive, more visible, and more proactive in creating narratives that speak to modern women. Angelina folded her hands, her tone quiet but razor-sharp. What we don't need is branding campaigns disguised as missions. The people suffering in war zones or refugee camps, they don't care about curated photos or hashtags. They care about food, safety, and whether someone will still be there once the cameras are off. The audience let out a collective gasp. Even the panelists shifted in their seats. Meghan's smile faltered, just for a split second. That's not fair, she said, her voice a shade more defensive. I've worked in shelters, in communities. Just because there's media involved doesn't mean it's not real. Angelina raised an eyebrow. Real work doesn't need to announce itself. The silence that followed was deafening. Joy Behar, clearly rattled, stammered, okay, well, this is getting a little spicy, huh? In motion for producers to prepare a commercial break. But before they could cut away, Meghan leaned forward, clearly agitated now. So are you saying I'm not authentic? Angelina didn't blink. I'm saying authenticity doesn't need applause. That line detonated across social media within seconds. The View's control room buzzed with frantic chatter. Staff members backstage whispered into headsets, unsure whether to cut the feed or lean into the drama. The live audience was frozen, caught in the middle of a conversation that had turned from inspirational to incendiary in record time. Just before the commercial cut, Meghan looked down, biting her lip, visibly shaken. Meanwhile, Angelina sat back calmly in her seat, unaffected, unapologetic. When the screen faded to black, a storm had been unleashed. And this was only the beginning. When the show returned from commercial break, the energy on set had shifted drastically. Meghan Markle's seat was empty. Viewers watching live were left stunned. What had happened during the break? The panel tried to carry on as if nothing had transpired, but the tension in the room was impossible to ignore. Only Angelina Jolie had returned to the table, composed and calm, sipping from a glass of water. Joy Behar, in a strained voice, attempted to resume the show. We're back on The View with the incomparable Angelina Jolie, and, well, we're having a passionate conversation today, she said, her usual humor nowhere in sight. Backstage, chaos was unfolding. According to sources close to the production, Meghan had stormed into her dressing room the moment cameras went off. She was overheard telling her staff, "I'm not here to be insulted on live television." This was a trap. She accused producers of losing control of the narrative and demanded they issue an apology or cut her segment entirely from the replay. "I won't be part of a smear campaign," she snapped. Angelina, meanwhile, had remained on set during the break, chatting quietly with Whoopi Goldberg and producers. When asked if she wanted to continue the interview, she reportedly replied, "I'm fine to finish what I started." As The View continued on air, Whoopi posed a question about handling public criticism and staying true to one's mission. Without directly referencing Meghan, Angelina delivered what viewers instantly recognized as the final, devastating blow. "You can dress anything up with words and PR," she said softly. "But at the end of the day, people know the difference between someone fighting for a cause and someone fighting for attention." The audience gasped again. On social media, that quote instantly ignited a firestorm. Twitter erupted with reactions. One trending post read, "Angelina just gave Meghan a masterclass in authenticity, live." TikTok users were already splicing together side-by-side reactions, some even comparing the incident to royal drama levels of intensity. Back in the dressing room, Meghan's team was in full damage control. Her spokesperson drafted a press release within the hour, blaming the show for lack of proper mediation, and accusing it of turning a platform for women into a battleground. The statement read in part, "The Duchess of Sussex remains committed to her mission of empowering women worldwide. Today's experience was unfortunate but only strengthens her resolve." But many weren't buying it. The internet, critics, and even some former allies began to question the authenticity behind Meghan's activism brand. Commentators on talk radio and news programs debated whether her highly curated image had finally hit a wall when faced with someone like Jolie, who, despite being a celebrity, rarely speaks about her work and simply does it. Angelina's silence following the show spoke volumes. No statements, no tweets, no damage control. She let her words on air stand on their own. And that, to many, only reinforced the perception that she had emerged as the unflinching voice of substance in a world of glossy surface-level advocacy. By late afternoon, #AngelinaWins and #MeghanMeltdown were both trending worldwide. The View's YouTube channel uploaded a clipped version of the heated exchange, and within hours, it had surpassed 10 million views. Talk shows and celebrity news outlets declared the moment historic, with some dubbing it the modern-day Oprah versus Letterman. ABC insiders revealed that The View saw its highest midday live audience in 2 years because of the clash. Producers were reportedly already in talks to bring Angelina back solo for a full hour special. As for Meghan, sources say she cancelled upcoming appearances and retreated from public view to recalibrate. Her team is expected to launch a new PR strategy in the coming days. But for now, the verdict across screens was clear. In the battle of mission versus image, substance had triumphed. And Angelina Jolie had delivered the knockout, gracefully, surgically, and on live television.